This video contains a lot of spoilers for the Day of the Doctor, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, then don't watch this video. Also, yes, I am wearing a bow tie. Thank you for noticing. So I just finished watching The Day of the Doctor, and it was amazing. It was a brain explosion. That's the only thing I can say about it. A thing that I really loved was that they used the original intro from 1963, the William Hartnell one. So that was clever. Also, did anyone notice the school in the beginning? 4 men? Yes, you noticed? Anyone get that? Yes, you do? I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see the actual Rose. I think a lot of us were expecting to see Rose Tyler, but we did get to see Billie Piper, even though she wasn't in the role of Rose Tyler. But she was good in the role she was. I was just kind of hoping to see a bit of a reunion between Ten and Rose. I don't know, I love Ten and Rose. Who doesn't? I mean, they're adorable. Also, John Hurt. I thought he was brilliant as the Doctor. I don't know how many of you thought that. I think probably a lot of you thought he was absolutely brilliant. Some of you might have been not as happy with it. I mean, every single thing that happens in Doctor Who, some people love, some people hate. So, but I personally thought that John Hurt, he was very interesting as the Doctor, and I liked the approach he took on the role. And of course, Matt and David were amazing as well. It was really fun watching them, all those little arguments between those two. Tom Baker. I was not expecting to see him, but it was so much fun. Because I thought we weren't going to see any of the classic Doctors, except for 8 for the mini episode. We finally got to see kind of the beginning of the 9th Doctor. How 8.5 went into 9. Even though we didn't directly get to see 9's face in the end of the Regeneration, we still got to see kind of how it happened, and where it happened, and when, and that was, yes, I think a lot of us had been waiting for that. We finally got to see what happened in between that gap, from 1996 to 2005, so that was really fun to see. Also, seeing all the Doctors there when they were trying to save Gallifrey from like time to time on the screens, that was a beautiful scene. I loved seeing all of the Doctors there working together. We have seen often a few Doctors working together for like one cast, but to see actually all 13 of them, by 13 I mean we got to see 12 as well, and John Hurt's Doctors, the 2 new Doctors, like in the end when they were all standing there together, that was a beautiful scene and it was a perfect ending. This one made me pretty sad, but when David Tennant was leaving, when he said, "I don't want to go," when he walked into this TARDIS for the last time, that was so sad. But I don't know if that was genius or just like cruel to us Tennant fans, because the 10th Doctor is my Doctor. That was really emotional for me, and I guess a lot of you, probably not even just Tennant fans, but probably most Whovians, did think that it was a little bit. Even though it was really sad, I loved that little scene. I wasn't really expecting Cygons, but I think they were a really good part of the episode, and I liked seeing them there. I haven't really watched a lot of Saigon episodes, but yes, it was very interesting to see. This scarf, you noticed, the scientist girl, I forgot her name, but she had a scarf. Was that the actual scarf that Tom Baker wore in his era, or was that just like a remade or like a copy of that scarf? So feel free to leave comments and tell me what you thought about the episode, if there were things that you expected would happen or things that you just did not expect at all. Let me know what those were and what you thought of the episode, and just whatever you want to say. If you want to just talk about it randomly, just rant about it, how awesome it was, or if you hated it, why you hated it, if it was as good as you thought it was or not as good, and I look forward to seeing what you think. Bye!